Hello friends, in this lecture we are going to cover mathematical analysis of arc welding. Okay, so mathematical arc welding is the basically analysis from which numericals are come in GATE exam. Okay, so in this which we are going to cover the numerical part. Theoretical part we have already covered. Okay, so starting from the basic circuit. Basic circuit means, for example, this is the electrode, and electrode is connected through the wire to the power supply. For example, this is the power supply, that is transformer, and this is workpiece, and this is electrode, and there is some gap between electron and workpiece. We call it as L equal to arc length. Okay, now if there is some arc length, we require some voltage to transfer electron from this place to this place. For example, this voltage is VA, where VA is arc voltage. Okay, and L arc length. Remember this thing. Okay, arc length and arc voltage. Now next is, there is some flow of current through these wires. Okay, for example, that current is I current, and there must be some potential difference between these power supply, that is V. Okay, so V is supply voltage, and I is supply current. Now we know the concept of voltage is that, for example, there is some place and there is some another place. If I want that electron jump from this place to this place, then some force is required. Okay, some force is required. That force, jumping force, is provided by voltage. So more is the gap, this is the gap. So more is the gap, more is the force required for jumping the voltage, jumping the electron, that is more is the voltage required. That is the basic concept that we have already studied. Now let us consider an example. For example, here apply force F1 or voltage V1, and here is voltage to jump the electron. Basically हमें करवाना क्या है, इलेक्ट्रॉन को यहाँ से यहाँ jump. We have to jump the electron from this place to this place, then electron jump from this place to this place. So there is two places of jumping of electron. Now if voltage is more here, then more or more electron basically come from this place to this place. For example, point A to point B. So more is the voltage number one, that is source voltage. More and more electron jump here. But for example, this voltage is very less. Okay, this voltage is very less. So the number of electron jumping here is less. So we can say electrons start accumulating here. So if the voltage is different, VA and V1 is different, then electrons start accumulating here, which is the major problem in arc welding. So for continuous flow of current or continuous flow of electron, there is a condition which is very important. Remember that condition, that voltage V, that is source voltage, must be equal to arc voltage for steady state flow of current. So this is the major requirement in arc welding. Okay, this is C. So note on your basically notebook that this is the major requirement, that V equal to VA. Now what is the relation for VA and what is the relation for V? So we are going to calculate it one by one. So I am stopping for 5 seconds and just note that part. Now Next is basically how can we calculate VA and how can we calculate V. So VA, or we can say, as we know that as the arc length increases, the arc voltage also increases. Okay, so more is the gap, more is the voltage required to jump the electron. So there is empirical relation between VA and L. You have to just remember that VA equal to A plus BL. So this is the relation for basically arc voltage and arc length. Now remember that here A is in subscript. Okay, this is A. So here A and this B are the constants. And if somebody asks you what are the basically units of A and B, so here you can assume some equation or any equation is valid if the units on left side and right side is valid. So units on left side is volt. So unit of A must be volt. For unit of this quantity to be volt, we know that L is arc length in mm. So quantity units of this B is basically volt per mm into mm. So mm cancel mm, then volt plus volt equal to volt. So these are the units of basically we can say A and B constant. Okay, so this is the relation for arc voltage. Now if I talk about the graph that we have studied between V and I. So for example, this is the graph, this is supply voltage and this is current. Okay, so we have studied during open circuit voltage and short circuit current that this is the graph. Now this maximum voltage we called it as open circuit voltage, and this maximum current we called it as short circuit current. Okay, so this is the basically relation or graph for open circuit voltage and short circuit current. Now this graph is linear. For linear graph, the equation of line is y equal to mx plus c. Okay, where m is slope and slope equal to tangent of theta, tan theta, or c is constant. C is constant equal to y intercept. Y intercept. We can see. Okay, so this is the equation of straight line. Now from the relation slope m equal to tangent of theta, and tangent of theta equal to perpendicular by base. So if this is the triangle, this is 90 degree, and for example this is theta, then perpendicular is this and base is this. So if this is theta, then this is perpendicular and this is base. So can we say perpendicular equal to open circuit voltage divided by base equal to short circuit current? Yes sir. Now but the slope, if I talk about the concept of slope, so slope in first and third quadrant is positive. So slope is positive here and slope is negative here. So here you can see this line is in third quadrant like this. So slope is negative. So you can write here that third quadrant. Okay, third quadrant. That is why slope is negative. So you can note from here only. Now we have calculated slope also. Now here the term is y, but y-axis here we replace it with voltage. So we can write V equal to slope equal to minus open circuit voltage divided by short circuit current into here is term x, but here x-axis is replaced by current I. So we can write here is I plus c equal to y intercept. What it mean y intercept? That where our line about which we are talking, that is this line. Okay, this line is intersecting the basically y-axis. This is y-axis. So at this point, sir, it is intersecting. That is point number open circuit voltage. So we can write it as plus OCV. Okay, so we can write it OCV. And actually, this graph is like this. Actually, this graph between voltage and current is this. But our assumption, that is for simplification, we have assumed. So linear graph, it is a linear graph यहाँ पे we can write assumption. this is assumption, that is graph is linear. Actually this is like inverse relation. Okay, so this is the relation between open circuit voltage and short circuit current. So we can write V equal to OCV minus OCV by SCC into I. So this is the relation between open circuit voltage and short circuit current. So relation number 2 and relation number 1. Okay, so these are the relation that we have derived. Now initially we have studied that V must be equal to VA for steady state flow of current. So from here we can write equal to OCV minus OCV by SCC into I equal to A plus BL. So this is the final relation that we have to remember and we have to use to calculate the very important numerical problems of 2 marks that generally come in GATE exam. Okay, so we must solve that type of problem also. So just remember this formulas. Okay, so these are the formulas for open circuit voltage, short circuit current and this. Now also remember that higher the voltage, okay, higher the voltage, or we can say simply higher the arc length, higher the voltage required, higher the voltage required. Now which voltage? Arc voltage, but arc voltage equal to V, so that is high V required, and higher the V, lower the current. This is the most important point that we use to solve the numerical. Just remember this point also. So now till that we have studied that V equal to VA for steady state flow of current. Okay, and second formula that we have studied that VA equal to A plus B L, where V arc voltage and L is arc length. And third formula V equal to OCV minus OCV by short circuit current into I. Okay, where V is supply voltage and I is current. And after that we have also studied that as the voltage, or we can say as the arc length increases, then arc voltage also increases, and arc voltage equal to V, that is why V also increases and current has to decrease. Why current has to decrease? Because power equal to voltage into current, and voltage into current equal to constant, or we can say voltage is inversely proportional to current. So this is the basic reason behind decreasing the current. So I hope you have understood this relation. Now based on the graph of V and I, we have one more relation that we can remember. Okay, so let me draw that graph again. So this is the graph I and this is basically V. Okay, and this is the maximum limit on which we can operate, that is open circuit voltage and short circuit current. Okay, so generally we do not operate at short circuit current and we do not operate at open circuit voltage, because when circuit is open, then the voltage is open circuit voltage and there is no flow of current, then no arc is generated. When circuit is short, then very high current is flow that may burn our plate. Okay, so we basically fix 1 to 2 points. Okay, for example, this is point number 1, this is point number 1, and this is point number 2. In between this range our machine is going to operate. For example, corresponding to this voltage is V1 and corresponding to this voltage is V2, and corresponding to this our current is I1, and corresponding to this our current is I2. So we put a limit on our machine that between these points we generally operate. We can maximum generate this much of current and minimum this much of current. We can generate maximum this much of voltage or drop this much of voltage and minimum this much of voltage. Okay, so we can say this is the operating range of our machine. Okay, so in 10th class we have studied that equation of line 2-point form. 2-point form. Now what is 2-point form? Let me give you that equation. That equation is y minus y1 equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So this is the equation of straight line. In basically we can say when 2 points on the line are given. So here we can say also 2 points are given, this point and this point. On this point voltage is V1, or we can say current is I1 and voltage is V1, and here current is I2 and voltage is V2. So if 2 points are given, then we can also write equation of straight line in the form of voltage and current, that is V minus V1, because y axis is replaced by voltage axis, equal to V2 minus V1 divided by I2 minus I1 into I minus I1. So this is the another relation between voltage and current for arc welding. So this is the another important relation. Depending upon the condition given in numerical type question or basically objective type question, we can operate or we can apply these formulas, this formula, or we can apply this formula. Okay, so this is the relation. Now here I am giving you one bonus formula or note for you. That note is, for example, there is a relation between current and thickness of plate. Okay, arbitrary or we can say empirical relation, I equal to a b plus t, where t is thickness of plate and I is current or operating current. So if the thickness of plate increases, then we have to increase the supply current to get the welding. This is common sense. If the thickness of plate increase, then we require high metal deposition rate. For higher metal deposition rate, we require higher current, that is why for higher thickness of plate we can increase the current supply. So this is the question that can be asked, or numerical from this equation can be asked. Okay, so friends, this is all about the mathematical analysis of we can say arc welding. Now you can note these relations. Now next concept or next topic of arc welding from which they must ask the question, that is efficiency. Okay, efficiency. So how to calculate the efficiency, let me discuss with you. Okay, so first of all let me change the color of this pen. For example, this is the basic arrangement of arc welding machine that we have already discussed. This is the power supply and this is workpiece, that is earth. For example, this is earth and this is electrode. Okay, this is electrode. Now some amount of energy or energy is supplied here in the form of heat. So some amount of heat is supplied, for example QS, heat supplied. So here heat is supplied in the form of basically energy, or energy is supplied in the form of heat, that is QS. So how much power is supplied? So power equal to voltage into current, and this power or we can say energy is transferred in the form of heat, that we agree. Now when this power supply is reached there, this power has to reach from this point to this point, that is point number A to point number B. Okay sir, so point number B. So during reaching from point A to B, some amount of heat is lost. For example, Q loss 1. Okay, so this amount of heat is released, and after losing some amount of heat is transferred here. Okay, so we call it as QT. Okay, so QT, heat transfer. Heat transfer to what? Heat transfer to workpiece. So how can we calculate heat transfer to workpiece? Sir, heat supply minus Q loss 1. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate Q transfer. Now, out of, for example, if I make the magnified view of this only, for example, this is the workpiece, and here we get QM heat. Now, out of this, sorry, QT heat. Now, out of this Q heat, some heat is going to loss through this plate due to its thermal conductivity. For example, Q loss 2, and remaining heat is used for melting, that is QM. So out of QT heat, Q loss 2 is lost and QM is used for melting. Now if I want to calculate QM, that is heat used for melting, heat used for melting. So can we calculate that? Yes sir. Heat used for melting equal to heat transfer minus Q loss 2. Okay, so this is the relation for QS, QT and QM. So friends, these are the relation for Q supply, QT and QM. Now if I talk about the efficiency, there are two type of efficiency. First efficiency is heat transfer efficiency. Okay, heat transfer efficiency eta HT. Okay, eta HT, that how much heat you supplied and out of which how much heat is transferred, that is QT by QS. And next type of efficiency that we study in arc welding is melting efficiency. Okay, melting efficiency, that is eta M. So eta M equal to how much heat is transferred, out of which how much heat is used for melting. So these are the two formulas that we used in arc welding process. Okay, this formula and this formula that we used for arc welding process. Okay, so these are the formulas. Now if I talk about, for example, if I talk about third type of efficiency and most important type of welding efficiency is overall efficiency. Okay, overall efficiency, that is eta O. Eta O equal to melting efficiency into heat transfer efficiency. Now what is the formula of melting efficiency? Sir, QM divided by QT into, what is the formula of QHT? Sir, QT divided by QS. So simply by cancelling these relation, the final formula for overall efficiency is Q melting divided by Q supply. So this is the final formula from which every year question of 2 marks come in your GATE examination. Okay, so these are the important formulas. Sometimes these formula, this formula and this formula may be asked. Now in paper both the efficiencies are given, so out of which you have to calculate Q supply or Q melting. Now let us take that how can we calculate QS and QM. Okay, so overall efficiency equal to Q melting divided by Q supply. We have already studied that Q supply equal to voltage into current, so there is no issue in calculating Q supply. But the major problem is in calculating QM. So for example, let me draw that diagram. For example, this is the weld bead. Okay, so this is the weld bead. Okay, this is the weld bead. Now this is basically the length, or we can say if I draw the 2D view of this, so this is the 2D view and we are traveling, this is electrode and electrode is traveling with some speed s. S is mm per second. Okay, so electrode is traveling in this direction, welding is done in this direction now, so electrode is traveling in this direction with some speed s. Now if I draw the side view, so this is the side view, this is edge preparation, and this is the area of weld bead. Okay, so these are the basic terms. Now area has units of mm square. Now for every metal there is one quantity that we called HR. HR is basically heat required for melting unit volume. Heat required for melting unit volume. Okay, so the units of this is basically heat has a unit of joule and volume has a unit of mm cube. So this is the quantity that how much heat we require to melt a particular metal for which HR is given. For example, HR for mild steel is 200 joule per mm cube. That if I take 1 mm cube of mild steel, then 200 joule heat is required to melt that metal. Okay, now for example, we have the lower quantity in this has a unit of voltage into current, that is of watt. Okay, has a unit of watt. Now upper quantity has also is of unit of watt. So how can we do that? For example, this much joule of heat is required for melting this mm cube of metal. Now if I come to know that how mm cube of metal I have to melt, then I can calculate the total amount of heat required. So can I have the basically calculation of mm cube or volume of metal that I have to melt? Yes sir. For example, I have to pour how much mm cube of metal per second. So if I talk about, sir, this electrode is going to melt per second. Okay, this electrode is going to melt per second due to the creation of arc, and the electrode that the metal that melt from this electrode is going to poured here only. Okay, in this area. So when this area is filled, then it go to next area like this. So molten metal from the electrode is just going to pour inside this, basically we can say weld bead. So if I calculate how much mm cube per second I pour the metal inside the weld pool. So metal poured in weld bead per second. So can we calculate? Yes sir, by multiplying the speed of welding into area. So what are the units of speed? Sir, mm per second into what are the units of area of weld bead? Sir, mm square. So what are the final units? Sir, mm cube per second. That means this much mm cube per second metal is melted from the electrode, and for 1 mm cube per sec, for 1 mm cube metal, this much joule of heat is required. So if I just multiply both the quantities, then I get another quantity, that is HR into S into A. Can you calculate the units of this quantity? Sir, joule per mm cube into units of this quantity S into A. Sir, mm cube per second. So mm से mm cancel, the final unit is joule per second, that is watt. So this is the total amount of heat that goes for melting or required for melting, that is Qm. So now I am able to calculate Qm also, and now I am able to calculate Qs also, that is V into I. So I am able to calculate the overall efficiency of this process. So let me write the final formula of overall welding overall efficiency equal to heat transfer efficiency into melting efficiency equal to voltage into current, and the upper part is speed, we can say S into area into HR. Okay, so this is the final relation for calculation of overall efficiency. Now the another relation from which question may become, or we can say another version of this question, we can say if the efficiency is not given, then we can say the efficiency of process, or we can say if the line is written in question like this, that all heat is used or gone in weld bead, then what is the meaning of this line? That there is no loss of heat. If there is no loss of heat, then it means the efficiency is 100%. Okay, if efficiency is 60%, then it means the heat loss is 40%. So this is the basic meaning of efficiency of welding process. Now if the efficiency is 100%, that means speed into area into HR equal to VI. Similarly, in resistance welding, if efficiency is not given, we can assume it as 100%, but not in case in which we have to calculate the efficiency. In that case, we have to calculate the efficiency. Now, if I go with the units of these all quantities, then unit of this quantity is basically mm per second, and units of this quantity is basically mm square, and unit of this quantity is joule per mm cube, and unit of this quantity is watt. Okay, now question may be asked in the paper that calculate the heat supply per unit length. Okay, calculate heat supply per unit length. Heat supply per unit length. Now can we calculate the units of this line? What is the meaning of this line? The units of heat is joule, per unit length, that is mm. So we have to calculate a quantity having unit joule per mm. So can we calculate the quantity having from this that has unit of joule per mm? Yes. If I consider only this quantity at this side and remaining at other side, so this quantity has a unit of mm square, cancel with this, the unit of joule per mm. So we can say this quantity has a unit of joule per mm, and we have to calculate this. And what is this quantity, sir? Area into HR. So if in question it is written that calculate heat supply per unit length, it means we have to calculate area into HR, or from the formula it is equal to, or we can say this is equal to voltage into current divided by S equal to A into HR. So if speed of welding is given, current is given, voltage is given, then we can calculate heat supplied per unit length, that is joule per mm. That is only. Okay, so many time from this concept question also asked. Okay, so this is all about the efficiency of arc welding process and some important units. Okay, and this basically we can say this quantity, that heat supplied per unit mm, is also called quality of weld. Okay, weld quality, weld quality. Now what is the meaning of weld quality? So if in question they ask that two processes, now we have understood that HR into A equal to what? Basically V into I by S, that is voltage into current by S, that is only the weld quantity, weld quality. Now in question, if they give two processes, welding process, weld process number 1 and weld process 2, and they said that in both the processes weld quality is same. Okay, so this word is used. Now what is the meaning of this? That heat supplied per unit length is same. Okay, if heat supplied per unit length is same, then the melting rate is also same and the quality of weld is also going to same. For example, for this voltage is V1 and current is I1, speed is S1, and voltage is V2, I2 and speed is S2. If weld quality is same, then these two units are basically, these two quantities are same, out of which voltage is given, current is given, speed is given, voltage is given, I2 is given, then calculate the speed of welding. So this is the question that is actually asked in GATE examination. Okay, so friends, I hope you understand the concept of this also. Now another concept that may be used for automatic welding like MIG welding. Okay, MIG welding, there is a concept of automatic welding, or we can say conservation of mass flow rate. Conservation of mass flow rate. Now how can we tackle these kind of numericals? Conservation of mass flow rate. Okay, so for example, we have seen that in case of MIG welding, we have supplied the electrode in the form of reel or wire electrode. Okay, continuous supply of electrode like this. Okay, and this is the metal. Now this is the basic diagram of MIG welding machine. Okay, the gas cylinder supply, I have not shown that. Now if I make this basically on the large scale, okay, so let me rub this first. Now for example, what is conservation and what is continuity equation? How can we use this? For example, this is the electrode that we used in MIG welding process, and electrode has always of area of cross section of circle, okay, having some diameter. For example, small d is diameter of electrode. Okay, let me write here dia of electrode. And for example, this electrode is coming toward the workpiece with speed, or we can say feed rate f. Okay, so f equal to feed rate of electrode, that is mm per second. Thus that this much mm per second electrode is melted. Okay, this much electrode per mm is melted, per second is melted. Okay, for example, if the feed rate is 10, that means in 1 second 10 mm of electrode is melted. Okay, so this is the meaning of this. Now let me rub this. Okay, so we have understood all these concepts. Now there is some space where this metal is melted and gone, so this is only the weld bead. For example, this is the metallic plates to be welded, and in this area the molten metal from the electrode is going to be poured. So for example, the area A equal to area of weld bead. Okay, A is area of weld bead. Now we have also seen that if the direction of welding is this, okay, for example, if the direction of welding is this, for example, this is the direction of welding, so with the speed s, okay, with the speed s, for example, this is the direction of welding, so with speed s the electrode is moving in this direction. Okay, so for example, this direction, electrode is moving in this direction with speed s, that is mm per second. Okay, so we can say s is speed of electrode along the workpiece, or another term used for it, welding speed only, that we have used in efficiency formula, welding speed. Okay, the units are mm per second. Now for example, this much volume of metal is melted. How can we calculate that in time t? For example, there is time t equal to 1 second. In 1 second, how much quantity or how much volume of metal melted from the electrode? So answer is, sir, here it is basically not steady process or dependent on time process, so we can calculate metal melted per unit time. Okay, metal melted simply from the electrode. Let me write on the next page, metal melted from electrode. So how can we calculate? So answer is, it is simply area of electrode into feed rate of electrode. What are the units of this? Area has units of mm square and feed rate has mm per second. So final units of this quantity is mm cube per second. So this much quantity of metal is melted per second from the electrode. Now when the metal is going to melt from the electrode, where this metal goes? Sir, this metal only goes into weld pool. Okay, so how much metal is poured per second in this? Basically we can say weld bead. So metal poured in weld bead. So answer is, sir, area of weld bead into speed of welding. Here can we calculate the units? Sir, yes, area mm square into speed mm per second. So final units are mm cube per second. Okay, so here we can say that this much, for example, if I try to explain you in 3D. Okay, so for example, this is the area and this much metal is poured here. So how can we calculate this area into the speed with which this metal is poured? So this much volume is poured here in 1 second and this much volume is melted from here in 1 second. So the volume of metal melted from the electrode, that is V1, and the volume of metal that is poured in the workpiece should be equal. Okay, there is nothing like this that this metal goes anywhere else. So by conservation of mass, V1 equal to V2, okay, or A into feed rate equal to capital A into speed of welding. So this is the another relation that we can use to calculate or solve the numericals. Now the another term that we can add in this is spatter. Now has we studied about spatter? Yes sir, in arc flow. Now what is spatter? Spatter is loss of metal, or we can say welding defect in which metal is lost in the form of small droplets. Okay, for example, if this is the welded plate and this is the weld bead, so that metal melted from the electrode, some metal due to magnetic field goes here, that is not poured inside the weld bead. For example, volume of metal melted, that is from electrode, is V1, and volume of metal goes for melting, volume of metal poured in the weld bead, and for example there is another quantity V3, volume of metal loss due to spatter. Okay, so that metal has to go inside the weld bead, but it goes outside the weld bead on that plate that we after remove with the help of chipping hammer. So how can we apply conservation of volume? V1 equal to V2 plus V3. So this type of question is not asked yet, but this type of question may be asked in your examination. So if V3 is the volume loss due to spatter and V1 is the metal transfer, then calculate the volume of, basically we can frame question from this term V2, that is capital A into speed of welding. Okay, so this is the reason we can say after that. Now how can we frame the question from this? For example, let me give you the example. For example, volume of metal basically we can say supplied by electrode is 1000, and this quantity is area into speed of welding. equal plus the loss of metal, for example, is 200. Okay, now I am not bothering about units, it is 800. And area into speed, for example, speed given in unit, in basically we can say in question is 10 mm per second. So area of, we can say area of this basically weld bead we obtain is 80. Now what is this area? Okay, this is the area which can be filled at the speed of 10 mm per second if this much amount of metal is lost out of total metal transfer this. But if I go for actual welding, for example, this is the metal to be welded. Okay, so if I go for this, then for example this is the 40 mm. Okay, for example this is 40 mm and this is, for example this is 41, let us assume 41. Okay, and this is 2 mm, for example, arbitrary taking. So this is given in question that the we can say weld bead area is this. So area of weld bead is 41 into 2, that is 82 mm square. But with this amount of loss, with this amount of speed, and with this amount of metal melted, we can only able to fill this much amount of area. Then the actual that weld form is this amount of area or this much area is not going to fill. So this is defect that we called undercut. So question may be asked like this, any defect is going to occur or not in this case. Okay, so this is a very important and conceptual question that may be asked in your GATE examination. So please note in your notebook so that we can tackle this type of question in your examination. Okay, we have already studied about the concept of duty cycle, that I square D equal to constant. Okay, so I'm not going to again discuss here. So please write all these formulas that we have studied. Thank you very much, friends. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay at home. Thank you very much.